Hi, Gemini. This is Just with your mid-July 2016 reading. I hope you guys are enjoying your July so far. So let's get into your reading. Now, I see here for some of my Geminis, as far as the work sphere is concerned, some of you have experienced some shakeups in the workplace. Okay. For some of my Geminis, I feel that there is some changing in the structure of your company. There's been some recent changes, and some of your co-workers could have gotten laid off. Some of them could have gotten demoted, fired, let go to an extent. So it could have been an actual layoff, or it could have been certain people in the company that was let go. There's been some type of change that has happened that affected others, but you were actually saved from this instant change. I feel like for some of you guys, when the changes happen, you knew. So again, with a layoff, they usually will notify employees when the phases will start. And so I feel like for some of my Geminis, there was actually a layoff process. For others of you, I feel that there was just a situation where you've needed to move on to look for another employment. Now, with those of you that have experienced some shakeups in the company, I feel like now that there has been changes and less people there, some of my Geminis are now having to take on the slack for those that are no longer there. And I feel that that's now for this month really is shaking up my Geminis to an extent, because this kind of came to you in a way where now you have to not only take on your work, but you have to now take on someone else's work, or even two other people's work. And I feel like for a lot of my Geminis at this time, you're not feeling very safe. You're feeling a little leery for those of you that this applies to, as far as the structure and the security of your job and even the company, because it seems to me that some of you are dealing with a company that really is changing its structure. And at this time, there's just a lot of upheaval, changes, and it doesn't feel very safe for some of my Geminis to be there. And I feel like at the remainder part of this month, some of you are going to be very exhausted. Some of you are going to not necessarily be in the best of spirits, although being able to move forward is going to work out fine for you guys. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Others of you are definitely going to be exhausted. So now those of you that's taking on some other people's work, again, it could be that some people this is a heavy time for people to go on vacation. So the ending part of July, especially in different parts of the country in the United States, a lot of people are going back. The kids are going back to school in August. And so July is a heavy vacation month. So it could just very well be that, people are leaving and taking 2-week blocks of vacation time, a whole week block of vacation time. And because of that, now you're having to take on other people's responsibilities. And it's as if you're now having to find unconventional ways and methods to make sure that all of the work is done appropriately and on time. Okay. And this may exhaust some of my Geminis. Okay. So if it's not an actual layoff of people being fired, then it's definitely possibly vacation time, personal time people are taking, and people are just away from the job. And this is putting more of a load and responsibility on my Geminis at this time. And I feel like because of that, some of you are not able to necessarily go out and have fun. You may have to work a little bit of overtime. You could just be lighting the candle at both ends, as they say. So there could be a decrease in your energy for July. I feel like for those of you that are taking on other people's work, because there was a layoff or a let go. I feel like now the energy in the workplace is a little off. Okay, people are not necessarily in the best spirits, because I feel like there's just this energy of a bit of paranoia, a little bit of shock. But I'm also feeling just a sense of lack of appreciation, or just feeling betrayed almost by the company that, so many people were let go, or how it's happened, has left a bad taste in your mouth and the mouths of your colleagues. And so it could be a kind of a challenging month to work together in the workplace. Okay. I feel for those of you that are looking for employment, those of you now that's looking for employment now that the company is just changing, and others of you that are just looking for employment, I feel like there's going to be delays. You're going to get messages that will come through, delaying a start time, delaying moving forward in the process. There's going to be some type of delay. So you may start having interviews, but then to go on to the second, third interview, or the final interview, or to even get that process started, there will be some type of delays, and you guys will be hearing that. Now, as far as looking for work and actually getting work, I feel like there will be an offer made. However, there will be, again, a delay in you guys actually getting an offer. I feel like, again, wherever you're applying for, there is some shakeups and some changes that are being made, some restructuring that is being made in the companies that you guys are applying for. So I feel like for most of you, it's going to be more like September before there is going to be a moving ahead in a situation. For others of you, it could just be up to 3 weeks. So from 3 weeks to, I feel like, August, even toward the end of August, before things actually starts moving forward. So actually it could be from again, the end of August going into September. So anywhere up to 2 months before things actually starts to move forward with you and move ahead. Okay. Now, as far as the love is concerned, I feel like some of you guys have had a breakup, have experienced a change, a dichotomy in your relationship. So there's some type of breaking up that has occurred. And I feel like for some of my Geminis, it's a twofold type of situation. It's like you guys have broken up with someone, but I feel like you're still trying to get them back, but there's still someone else in the wings. Like there was this threesome situation going on. Okay. Your mate found out about the threesome situation. You guys broke up. Could possibly be an earth sign. It could possibly be a Taurus. Okay. So you could be dealing with a Taurus and a fire sign. So Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. These signs does not have to resonate your situation, but if you have been in a threesome situation with two different people, it could be either sign. It could just be someone that's very practical and someone that's very energetic and very action oriented. So they could have any other sign, but they may have moon that's a Taurus or earth sign. They may have rising that's a fire sign. But I'm saying more earth and fire here. So I do see specifically Leo and Taurus. But again, it could be any sign. But I feel that you and your main relationship, you guys are on the outs. Your relationship is pretty rocky. I feel for some of my Geminis, you're trying to make a good attempt at putting some energy and effort into that damaged relationship. Okay. But there's still someone else in the background. So you haven't completely let go of this other person. There's still someone else in the background. I feel like that person definitely knows about the relationship that you were in, and they're cooperating, if you will. I feel that if you're dealing with the fire sign, this is not necessarily going to work. Okay. At least not in the month of July. I feel like there's not going to be a work in a situation out. I feel that it's going to be very hard for you to keep it going. So for some of my Geminis that are juggling two people and they're not aware of it, they will soon be aware of it. Okay. I feel like you're going to hear from either person, if not both people, that they are aware that there's someone else in the relationship. And it's going to kind of turn things on a head for you. Okay. So be mindful of that. I feel like you have a very good connection with possibly the earth sign. Okay, at one point in time, there was a real stable connection, but I feel like now the value, the meaningfulness of the relationship has turned on its head. Okay, some of my Geminis are getting over this process, so you guys have already been dealing with this, and now you're kind of getting over the process. And I feel like by September, you're going to be moving forward. Possibly moving forward with the fire sign. Okay, trying to repair that relationship with the fire sign. I feel like for those of you that have been dealing with the fire sign, but you've been seeing an earth sign on the side, and there's been problems with you and your fire sign, there's going to continue to be problems. It's still not going to be, you're not going to get what you want from them in this, at this time in the relationship. And I see possibly not throughout the summer. This person could have a child. You guys could have a child together. So there could be a child involved in trying to manage your life, your everyday life, and seeing the child now that you guys are not together any longer could seem a bit of a challenge this month. Okay, some of you could possibly be trying to avoid trying to go to court, pay out child support, if you will. There could be monies on the table, or discussions of monies as far as support is concerned. And some of you may feel like, hey, I don't have it to give at this time. I could give but so much because my money is a little challenged at this time. Because some of my Geminis, I do see that money for the ending part of July will be a bit of a for some of you, it is a challenge. Others of you, I feel like you're just prioritizing and trying to manage as much as possible. Some expense could have come in, which again has decreased your ability to kind of spend a little freely like you normally would. But I do see for those Geminis that has been going through this, okay, you're getting over it. Some of you are starting to get over it, okay? And you're getting past it. It no longer has the hold on you that it once did, okay? I feel like there has been a retracting of you giving attention, energy toward the earth sign, excuse me. So again, for those of you that this applies to, that you were dealing with someone that was a little more practical, money oriented, will give off more earth qualities. I feel like in the past 3 months, okay, or within the next 3 weeks, there's going to be a totally leaving that situation alone. And really by September, you guys are going to be really focusing on and moving forward with the fire sign. Okay. For those of you that's single, I feel that right now, some of you have just gotten out of a relationship, one that you have ended yourself. And I feel like right now you're just really prioritizing your life, work life, home life, school life, work life, whatever two very important things in your life. You're doing your best at managing those things. I feel like right now your mind is not on having a traditional relationship. I feel like right now you're really focusing on accomplishing some goals for yourself that is almost here. Okay. So I feel like some of you are pushing the pedal to the metal to finish school. So you could be done with school and then you could just focus on working and home. Okay. Some of you are finishing up one thing so that you can really kind of move forward with another situation. So I feel like the people that could be coming in your life, again, could be fire sign and earth signs. Okay. Be mindful, guys, because with the earth signs, I feel like they're not necessarily going to be looking for anything traditional. And the fire signs, I feel that they're going to be very hasty, like coming in, wanting to do this, wanting to move and really quickly, but not necessarily just pretty much scattered and all over the place for the fire signs that you could possibly meet. Okay. I don't necessarily see a love connection for my Geminis this month. I see that you guys are really prioritizing your lives and making yourself the focus in this month of July. I'm speaking again to my single Geminis. Okay. But I do see again within 2 months time or so, there could possibly be a meeting of someone, again, a fire sign, someone that you may have a really strong connection with, or there could be two people that you're meeting as you're meeting these people, there could be 2 by September going into October that you're meeting, and you have a good rapport with them, and then there's a decision that you need to make, okay, for some of my Geminis. So that is what I see for you guys for mid-July. I was going to say mid-June. Mid-July. I don't know if I said happy birthday to you guys, so happy belated birthday if I didn't say that. I know it was like, okay, that was months ago. I know it was last month, but you know, that was like forever ago. So that is what I have for my Geminis for this mid-month in July. I hope that this resonates with you guys for the best. Again, for my Geminis that are going through this financial situation and things are changing, guys, things are going to be looking up. It's just a bit of a delay, but things will start to move forward for you. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. So I will leave you guys with that. You know what to do. Thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe. I will see you guys very soon. Take care.